Usher back again, ready for your next instalment of your English. We're on lesson 4 now. So we're carrying on from yesterday and we're now looking at fact and opinion. We're going to try and differentiate between them, okay? Tell the difference between them. So, a fact. A fact is a thing that is known or proved to be true, whereas an opinion is a view or a judgment formed about something which is not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Just have a think. Where might you see fact or opinion? Now, obviously, you can't be putting your hand up and telling me this as much as I wish you could. So you might want to pause the video and just have a moment to think to yourself, okay? Now, hopefully already this week you've had a look at the Steve Jobs Comprehension, the founder of Apple. That's one of the bits of work that we sent home. I would like you to have another look at that now. Read through it, all right? I want you to see if you can notice any facts. It should be littered with facts, all of the things that he's done, that he's achieved. But then I also want you to have a look for opinions. There are some in there. Think about how you know their opinions. How would you prove it to me if you were in class? How would you explain that? So have a moment for that. Pause the video again. Have a think. Okay, moving on. Here it is. This is the same part of the biography that I've given you on the website, I've put on here. I suggest you have a look at the one, hopefully you've got in front of you, because I don't think you'll be able to see it too well on here, okay? But I'm going to read it to you and we're going to find those opinions, all right? So in his early 20s, Jobs almost single-handedly introduced the world to the first computer that could sit on your desk and actually do something all by itself. He revolutionised music and the ears of a generation with a spiffy little music player called the iPod and a wide selection of songs at the iTunes store. He funded and nurtured a company called Pixar that made the most amazing computer animated movies, Toy Story, Cars and Finding Nemo, bringing to life imaginary characters like never before. Okay, the author clearly loves him, doesn't she? Or loves his products, should we say. We've got here made the most amazing computer animated movies. So she clearly loves Toy Story, Cars, Finding Nemo, all of the movies by Pixar. There will be people out there, believe it or not, that don't like those movies. So that is her opinion. She can't speak of that as fact. She's putting her opinion in there as the author, which is what you guys can do. Okay, this bit. Though he was neither an engineer nor a computer geek, he helped create one gotta-have-it product after another by always designing it with you and me, the actual users, in mind. More insanely awesome technology was in the works, including the iPhone, which would put much of the power of a computer neatly into the palm of your hand. More insanely awesome technology, more descriptive language that's opinionated. Those are her opinions. She thinks it's insanely awesome. There are definitely people that don't like iPhones. Lots of people prefer Android or Google phones. But she clearly loves them. So she's put her opinion in there. Okay? That's the sort of thing that I'm looking for from you in your biography. So, now hopefully we understand what opinion is. We understand how we can fit it into our biography about Michael Rosen. We need to include some. We need to just slot some in somewhere. It doesn't have to be lots, maybe 2 or 3 instances where you can pop it. So we're going to do an example on the board first. I have got one of the facts that you've got on your fact sheet. So this is, after graduation, he started working at the British Broadcasting Corporation, or the BBC. He wrote scripts for children's shows, and one was called Sam on Boff's Island, which helped young children learn to read. So, I'm thinking, where can I add a descriptive word? Okay, so a nice easy place to add a descriptive word would be before a noun, wouldn't it? Make an expanded noun phrase. So I'm looking at the word here, I'm going to pick out scripts. Scripts. He wrote scripts. I can put my spin on that. I can say what I thought about those scripts. He wrote, I'm going to say, sorry, I'm going to put this in blue so that it hopefully stands out a little bit more. He wrote fantastic scripts for children's shows. My opinion. There are people out there that might not have liked it. My opinion. One was called Sam on Boff's Island, which helped young children to learn to read. So I think I could make a comment on that particular show, couldn't I? I'm going to put a little star here. I'm going to put that down here. Normally, I'd try and slot it in or I'd emit, but just for showing you on here, I'm going to put a star, okay? I'm going to use a dash for some parenthesis, so a bit of additional information. One was called Sam on Boff's Island, which helped young children learn to read. I'm going to say, it really improved children's reading engagement. Those are my opinions. Some people might not think it did a good job. I do. Okay? So, now it's your turn. Your turn to add some opinion into your plans that you've got from yesterday's lesson. Just 2 or 3 instances. It doesn't have to be lots. The majority of it's going to be factual, but we just want a few instances of opinion. Okay? It might be on his accomplishments, or it might be on the challenges that he's faced. So one of the challenges is the fact that he contracted coronavirus. You might want to say something about that, about how terrible it was. Okay? That would be your opinion, if that is your opinion. Okay, you might want to pause this so that you can do that now, because there's another task afterwards. Okay? So, hit pause. Okay, carrying on. Last task. Now it's time to draft our introduction. Okay, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to do an example. I've given you an introduction plan. Okay, this is written for you on the website for you to use. So I've got Michael Rosen, most famous for poetry, loved by children, other achievements to consider too. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to start with the fact that Michael Rosen is most famous for poetry. Now, I want to try and think about my sentence structure. What shall I say here? I'm going to use the words Michael Rosen because I haven't introduced him yet. This is my introductory paragraph. I'm going to say, black this time, Michael Rosen is known for many things, but is best known for his, I'm going to leave a space there because you can't see that very well, can you? For his poetry, okay, full stop, done. Loved by children. He is loved by children all over the globe. So I've had a little bit extra information there. Last one, other achievements to consider too. Though he is loved for his poetry, he has other accomplishments worth looking at. That's just something I've thrown together, okay? I can tick all of those off. Now, I can come back and edit those, so if it's not perfect first time, that's absolutely fine, okay? So that is my example introduction. And you can always pause the video when you come to writing it, have this up, magpie little bits, but come up with some of your own too, okay? Right. Your turn, all right? I have created a plan for you to write your introduction. Please use it. You can amend it if you wish though. If you want to change it, absolutely fine. Great, go for it. It also has to be engaging, okay? It's important that this hooks your reader so that they want to read the rest of what you've got. You've also got your success criteria. This is included on the website, okay? So have a look at this and use that to help you write this introduction. It's only your introduction we want today, okay? So that's all we're looking at from you today. Next week we're going to be writing and editing, okay, the rest of the biography. But for today, this is it. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Hopefully as we go on, I'll get a bit slicker at this, and hopefully they won't be quite as long, because I know this one was a fair length, okay? So stick with me, and I will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.